We in okay, we're live, y'all. Let's go. Welcome to Sister to Sister Empowerment Chats with Ivory, Destiny, and Marissa. We are so glad to be here. And today we'll be talking about wholeness and wellness.
Yes, I'm excited to talk about that. So important. Well, first we want to just say thank you again for coming on and sharing with us. I wanted to just start with Destiny and I were talking about it the other day, and I was thinking, well, what perspective? Because it's such a like a vast topic. And I just thought it would be good to just share like from our stories, because we all started somewhere, we didn't all just, start out just taking the road, just running and being, where we are now today. So I just thought it would be good to share where I started from. And for me, my journey started like 25 years ago when I was 29. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And at that time, the only thing the doctor told me was to manage my stress and take the medication. So for years, that's all I did. But about 5 or 6 years ago, it just wasn't working. I mean, as a single parent back then, managing my stress to me just meant to exercise. So I would like go to the gym. I would take my kids with me. So that was the only way I knew, how to manage my stress. And being a single parent, that was stressful enough in itself, trying to manage the household, take care of them, work. I had my share amount of stress. So one of the outlets I did, it was exercise. But fast forward like to 2016, the symptoms that I was having with colitis just got like out of hand. I was having nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, all kind of things. So that's where I had to really hone in and find out like what is going on with my body. I know, they told me it would never be a cure for that. Ulcerative colitis is something that I would just have to live with. And let me just tell y'all what that is. Ulcerative colitis is an autoimmune disease, and it affects your colon. What happens is you have inflammation, and the symptoms are you can have stomach pain, you can have alternating diarrhea, and I know this is TMI, y'all, but I'm just telling to y'all real. You can have alternating diarrhea and constipation. Um, the most thing that I experienced was just a lot of pain in my stomach, and it can put you down. It can be pretty debilitating. So I just wanted you guys to understand what ulcerative colitis is. It comes, and there's no cure for it. They can only treat it, and how they treat it usually is like it's a medication you have to be on, and you can have flare ups. It can become inflamed. So the medications they put you on are like steroids, antibiotics. So when it's in remission, you feel fine. But I just wanted y'all to know what it was. But like I said, fast forward to 2016, it felt different from a flare up. I was just miserable, and they just kept changing my medications. So I met a young lady there who told me, she said, look, I have an autoimmune. It's not like yours. But she told me she had started going to this holistic doctor. And I was like, well, what do, I have to lose? So I went to this holistic doctor too. I had never experienced anything like it. I don't know if you've ever gone to one, but if you have, please share it in the comments what your experience was like. So I want to share what my experience was like. So, Dr. Destiny and Ivory, as I'm going, let me know if you guys have questions as well.
Well, I'd like to first welcome in all our guests, because we have beautiful people just came into the chat room. We have April, and April, we thank you for coming in. I also I see in the chat rooms. I just want to let them know that we are hearing you guys out there, and we appreciate you taking this time out on today to come here to spend this time with us. Okay. Today, our topic is wholeness and wellness, and I want you guys, you beautiful queens out there, to know that that is what we are discussing today. So we want you to get in on the topic because I don't think we really announced the topic as you all was coming in. So if you have questions like Marissa said, or anything you want to share about your state of wholeness or your wellness or your journey toward becoming your whole self, your whole man, then please just drop questions and things or what you have to say in the comment box. One more thing, Marissa, we do have a link that we can drop if you want to come in on the panel at the end of the panel and you want to share some stuff. We will do that for you later, okay? Go ahead.
And chiropractic care. Okay. April, the holistic doctor, I was starting to share where I started to get on my path to wholeness with my diagnosis of ulcerative colitis. The holistic doctor that I went to, he also practiced acupuncture. So I did get to experience that, and I will say it. I believe it did make a difference. I only had a few treatments, but I could tell it made a difference. But I think the bigger difference that this doctor made was when I went to him, he asked me everything like from my birth up all the way until now. So I do believe one of the things, I mean, thank God for medical doctors and their experience, but they're trying to practice medicine. So they're trying things. So they're not really trained to treat you from a holistic point of view other than to tell you to exercise and diet. But as far as nutrition, how that impacts your health, they're really not trained for that. So the holistic doctor that I went to, he told me, well, he didn't tell me, but he just went through my whole history of everything. So I, I gave him my whole history, and of course, the treatment was he put me on what's called a hypoallergenic diet, and that is how I began to learn how to eat properly. So as a result, long story short, as a result, I learned that with having an autoimmune, how gluten and dairy can affect you. Now, I will say this. Okay, question.
Wanted to address April's issue. She said, "I'm very serious about living a healthy lifestyle. Current health issues have prevent me from being as active, but there's other alternatives that she can do other than being active. So can you guys share? Can you queen shed some light on that for her, please?"
Yes. I want to say eating healthy is 85%, 95%. That is the foundation of being healthy. Is making sure you're um, eating properly, eating whole foods. I suffer with really bad muscle spasms throughout my body. He placed a needle in my thumb area and it took away the spasm. Yes, acupuncture truly works. I have heard several testimonies as to how good acupuncture really is. Um, I suffer with, okay. I've never really dealt with really bad muscle spasms or heard of how that can affect you. The only thing that I know is from my godmother who deals with arthritis pretty bad. I don't know if the two um, kind of affect you in the same way, but I do believe that chair exercise or whatever movement you can do, it does make a difference. So even if you have to just sit and do some type of movement, I think that's good as well. That it will make a difference. Um, but the acupuncture for me, when he did it, because mine was, like I said, mostly in my stomach, but he did it like generally throughout, and it just helped me to relax. So I think it helped me more so with the stress and the discomfort around my stomach area, because they say the stomach is like the second brain. Um, but yeah, I do believe acupuncture truly works. So April, I have a question for you. Are you able to do any exercise? Like what's the extent that it stops you from moving, if you don't mind answering? But while we're waiting on that answer, I'll go in and just share as far as what this doctor and his treatment. What he said was that, well, what I learned was that eating a gluten-free diet and dairy-free diet would help with the symptoms that I was dealing with. But I will say this, and Dr. Destiny can definitely give more information on this. He told me ultimately what would be the best is to do a completely plant-based diet. He said that it wasn't like he's agreeing with the other doctor, said it's not a cure, but he felt like a plant-based diet would be the best. But being realistic that if I could not commit to it, to keep animal products to a minimum, which is what I did. I keep my animal products to eggs and fish. That's pretty much it. And I'll be honest, now every now and then I'll indulge on some wings, when I go out to dinner or something like that. But I can count on one hand throughout the year when I would do that. I'm trying to stop taking on everyone else's stuff and do more for myself and get more serious about my health. Absolutely. We can get so caught up with taking care of everybody else, which leaves ourselves out. So that's good, Jolene.
Can I jump in?
Putting ourselves first here, because that was part of my journey too, is taking care of myself so that I can take on things that I'm responsible for doing. That I mean, that is my life, as far as family and work and things like that. So once I did change my diet, it was like it was a journey for me to really learn how to put myself first, like you're saying. So I made the diet changes. But mind you, now before I started seeing this holistic doctor, I was already seeing a personal trainer because my weight had gotten out of control. I was like maybe 25 to 30 pounds overweight. So I was seeing a personal trainer, and I was going after work. So I'm a nurse and I'm on my feet all day. And then I would go see him like 2 to 3 days a week. And I don't know, I worked out with him for like 6 weeks and I was doing really good. I was losing the weight, meeting my goals and things, but I was tired a lot. Even after coming, even after working out, getting home like 6:30, 7 o'clock, you still got to do dinner, still, got to get yourself together to go back and start all over again. So what I found that would work better, instead of going to work out after work, after being on my feet all day, and then you're missing family time and things that you need to do around your house. I mean, as women, we have a lot on our plate. So in getting back to like what I think it was Jolene talking about, um, making her health a focus, I decided to start working out in the morning, like putting, because in the morning everybody else is asleep, right? So it just worked out better that I could get up early in the morning before work and start working out. Start you know, doing my prayer, meditations, a Bible study, having an hour before I need, or hour and a half before I need to leave, to take that time to take care of myself. So, as far as my health journey, fitness story, wellness story, coming to wholeness was seeing this holistic doctor, um, following the nutrition guidelines, and I didn't continue with the acupuncture, and that was mostly a financial decision there. Yes, Ivory.
I wanted to first I'll thank April for her service. She's a military veteran. Thank her for her service, and then I wanted to give
Amen.
Destiny a chance to bring some shine some light on it. And I want to also, I'm not an expert in this field, but it starts with your mindset. So it's got to be made up. You got to have your mind made up that that's what you want to do. If you want to live a healthy, fulfilled, blessed life, it starts with your mindset first. Um, that's all I wanted to say. And again, thank you, April, acknowledging you are a sister soldier. Thank you for your
Amen.
work, and
Amen.
also open up the line so Destiny can share some light as well. Because we got two experts on here, and both of them they're good at what they do.
Well, thank you, Ivory. When I teach my clients, when you come to the place of talking about wholeness and wellness, you are so right. It first starts with the mind. Because the Bible tells us, let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. It also tells us in Romans chapter 12, verse 2, that we have to renew our minds daily. We can do all the other things that we want to do, eat the way we want, whatever. But until you set your mind, I want to be made whole. I want to be wholesome. Because that's the question that Jesus, he went around when the people came to him with sicknesses, diseases. They always came, heal me. But the thing that he always posed them this question, do you want to be made whole? That starts in the mind. Do you want to be made whole? Do you want to be made whole into a place of wholeness to give up the lifestyle that you're living that is against you, that you're warring against, the food that you're eating? So the mind has to first say, I want to be able to live and be the things I know that he wants me to be. You got to be willing to give up things. Okay, I know we go to doctors. There's doctors out there, medical doctors, holistic doctors, which I am a holistic a doctor. I'm a holistic coach and nutrition coach as well. But it has to start the mindset, like I was saying. He teaches us that. The Bible talks about the whole man. If you read over in the New Testament and also in the Old Testament, it talks about the whole man.
Amen.
If the man is not whole, then there's no wellness. Because I'm just not my eye. I'm just not my ears. I'm not my liver. I'm not my feet. Every part of me from the inside to the outside, it makes up the whole man. And that's what Paul talks about in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 23 and 24. He talks about body, spirit, and soul. That's the whole man. Mm-hmm. That is so key factor important. Until we get to that place of allowing ourselves to allow him to come inside of us and live within us and take on what he has for us, like he gave us over in Genesis chapter 1. He gave us the diet plan from the very beginning. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 29, he tells us that he given us that plant-based diet. Right. We're supposed to eat grains and fruits and nuts and all that. Go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. But before man was created, he already had set that plan, even for the animals, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 30 as well. That is eating a raw, natural, wholesome, and healthy diet, plant-based, right off the earth and Mother Nature. So how bad do you want it? And a lot of times, like I said, the medical doctor, I'm going to say this, Marissa, and you can take it back over. But a lot of times the medical doctor, what they do is they give you diagnosis. Mm-hmm. They come in, they just look at the body parts. That's it.
Right.
But the holistic doctor, we study the whole man, every part and every fiber of our being. We come in with questions. We want to get to the pinpoint of things. We don't want to give you a diagnosis and saying, okay, run off and get the prescriptions. They're about making money. Most of the time, they don't even care whether you're alive or whatever. They just want the money, the dollars. Then you take this prescription, you run off there to the pharmacy and you pay for this prescription. It's not going to work all the time for you. It might medicate some things in your body, but 9 times out of 10, a lot of people end right back up in that doctor again. He's writing another prescription every time. He's making his money. The pharmaceutical is $1 billion, $1 trillion industry. It's about getting your money. Now, you want to get to the point of the whole man. Change the mindset. Change the way you think. Change your thoughts. Change about how you want to eat. And when you talk about holistic and eating healthy, it's not always the foods, it's the body. You're going to have to start exercising. You're going to have to start doing things to make your body wholesome and healthy. You're going to have to start with fitness as well. And so those are some of the things I want to point out. And Marissa and Ivor, y'all can take it from there. If you have more questions, then we can get on into this a little deeper.
Right.
But
April has a question. She say she struggles. Her struggles come from mobility issues. Either one of you have anything to share with her on that? And then she also has. She wants to know, what do you ladies typically eat on a given day? For example, she don't want from me. A bad example.
Marissa, you can take that one, okay?
You share first, Destiny.
Now, well, like I said, exercise is vitally important. Now, if you can't do a lot of strenuous exercise, I'm not suggesting do that. But walking, and I suggest we don't have to always be out there running, but if you just take a walk, 15, 20 minutes. If you can't do it every day, at least try to get in a walk at least 3 times out of the week. And you can do exercise just sitting just sitting down in your house and just doing practices with your body. I like getting out into nature. Nature is a healing, whether you know it or not. Getting out into Mother Earth, getting out into the universe and just allowing yourself to be free. There's a lot of things you can do without putting your body at jeopardy and in harm's way by trying to be powerful and muscular and all that. I'm doing this. No, you can sit. You can get one of those big rubber balls and sit on it and do leg stretches and muscle size and exercises like that. So, Marissa, go ahead.
April, I also want to say we talk a lot about self-care. And of course, we know that self-care is not just about, the pampering. Pampering is something totally different. But in self-care, and I don't know if it's in your budget, this is something that I have to work into my budget because I do work out regularly. But at least every 3 to 4 months, I try to get a massage. And I know deep tissue massages can help with muscles and joints. So that may be something you want to try, or even talk to your doctor about getting some physical therapy or occupational therapy. I'm not sure how severe your mobility issues are, but you can start, talking with your physician about, if they feel like physical therapy, massage therapy, occupation, any type of therapy that may help you with the mobility. I'm not sure. But the other thing I wanted to say, in continuing the story, as far as how I got to where I am now, and I want to say it's not perfect. It definitely is not. But to answer the question on what we eat, let me go back to that question: what I eat on a daily basis. I am what my boss calls me a mono eater. Like I said, eggs is something that I still eat, and I'll eat fish. But on a daily basis, I'll boil some eggs and I eat guacamole pretty much every day, or either that or and I'm talking breakfast. I'll do oatmeal and some fruit. And for lunch, mostly I will have like cauliflower and black beans and a little bit of and I'll mix some quinoa in there. And for dinner, I may just do a shake. This is, and I'm telling y'all on my good days. I'm like Ivory. I ain't gonna share y'all with my cheat days. And I'll explain what I do. I don't even call them cheat days. I
We're
call them
sorry.
free
We're
days.
sorry.
I would say that I get weekly massages through the chiropractor. I would use my flex benefits to pay when I was working. Okay, okay. I will
You
use my
have
flex.
self
Yes,
care,
yes.
health, and
Those
wellness on here. Uh, maybe she can shed some light on what her experience. I'll drop the link, or she can just put it in the chat box.
Drop the link so she can come on if you'd like to share her experiences. We can drop a link for her to do that. You can
mm-hmm.
bring her on the panel.
Yeah,
We would love to hear what you got to say.
absolutely.
Jolene.
But I want to go
Jolene.
back to what Ivory was saying with mindset and you. That was definitely something I had to work on was mindset because when you think about trying to get up early in the morning, you ask the question, what are you willing to do? You have to, well, we have to definitely think about the benefits of it, like the rewards of it. So to get up, early in the morning, that definitely is a mindset. And I'll tell you what I did. I would put my alarm like in the kitchen, in the bathroom, somewhere. I have to literally get up to to turn it off. So that's just one of the things I do as far as mindset to help me line up with what I say I'm going to do. So getting up in the morning, reading my Bible, reading a devotion, saying my prayers, and working out. That definitely is a mindset. And next to mindset, you have to have a routine. And when you get into a routine, definitely it becomes a habit. So it's our habits that also help with keeping us healthy and whole and complete, having those habits. And if it's not already a habit, you definitely have to think about a routine because all of our schedules are different. So coming up with something that will help you in your daily routine. And the other thing that I want to say is, the scripture talks about laying aside everything that so easily besets us. Sometimes we have to think about the things that is wasting our time. Um, if we're scrolling too much, saying yes too much, like somebody talked about putting everybody else before. I feel like, saying the word no sometimes would help us focus more on our priorities, which is again going back to self-care, taking care of ourselves so that we can take care of our families, be effective, in our work, in our life's work. So I have been taking care of grandkids for years, and my mentally ill sister after we lost our mother. So I'm trying to lessen my stress and anxiety and worrying about everything. That's a lot, Jolene. Do you have any support?
Paper Diva is in the house.
Paper Diva is in the house. Hi, Paper Diva. Yeah. And
Uh,
another thing I would say as far as lessening stress and anxiety, because that is something that I definitely dealt with. I remember, especially as a single mom, coming into a blended family, we all have, things, prayer, giving it over to God. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's amazing how when we lay things down at the feet of God, how He will give us wisdom, peace, and people will look around like, how is she doing that? You will be, so amazed at how God will move and show Himself strong on your behalf when we lay everything down at His feet. Because the word tells us, be anxious for nothing. Don't worry about anything, but to cast every
yeah.
care we have on Him because He cares about us. He knows that you lost your mom, you're taking care of your sister. We weren't meant to do things alone. So next to, giving it over to God, doing what you can do, find out if there's some community resources. Sometimes we can ask people. Sometimes it's just a matter of asking.
Yeah.
And I know for myself and some of it's sometimes it's hard for us to ask for help.
Yeah. I see we got some great people in the chat. We got time with Lilia, the pharmacy. They can give you some powerful information. We also have, like I said, there is a link. I already had dropped the link in the chat box if you want to come up and share some of your ideas with us. Panama City, welcome in because she has a program every morning. It starts about 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and she's a fitness buff. She gets up there and she does her exercise, and she's very empowering and encouraging in that. So welcome in Panama City. If you got anything you want to say, drop it in the comment section. If you want to come up on the panel, there's a link. You can come up there and discuss that. I would love to hear from also with time with Lilia because she's always communicating on our channel and she always sharing her videos. She has a very powerful video, and you need to check out her channel. She gives out some great, wonderful tips all the time, and I enjoy going to her channel to learn a lot of things. There was someone else in the panel earlier that we had asked if you want to come up and share some of the things. Y'all can just let us know. I mean,
or put it in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
It was health and wellness.
Yes.
That's the third link. But Sister Queens, feel free to drop your links. It's okay to drop your links in the chat. That's what it's about, helping one another. So feel free.
Absolutely.
Welcome, Leanne Richard. Good morning.
Good morning, Leanne. Welcome in. So glad to see you here. Leanne is another awesome, amazing person. She's always on our channel. And we just thank her for supporting our channel as well. And hey, Created Crochet is in the building, Triple C. This is Dana. Welcome in.
Dana.
Hey. Welcome in. Today we want to just talk. We are talking about wholeness and wellness. How bad do you want to be healed? So that's one of the things that you all want to jump in on the conversation. You can do comments in the comment section. Anybody wants to come up on the panel and discuss something with the chat room, the link, drop it again, Ira, the link, and you can just catch that link and come on in. She'll bring you in, okay? So, good morning, everyone. Leanne said, yep, I am always crawling around. So, I dare catch the waves. Okay, go ahead, ladies. Anything else you want to share? Because this is a very broad topic. It's a very, like I said, we all experience different things.
It really, really is. Does anyone have questions that we can answer? Because like I said, I could, be here talking forever. I was trying to condense my story and just share, my story. Destiny, share with us, how did you get onto your journey of being plant-based, vegan? Because I'm just going to say this. I really want to go vegan, but I'm just being real with myself. The fish is the deal breaker for me. I just love fish and I love eggs. I can do without the beef, chicken, pork. I can do without it. But as soon as I can, or make up my mind that I will do it. Yeah. But I'll just be honest, I'm just not there yet. So please share with us, how did you go from eating meat to just completely vegan? Share that story with us. You can give us the Reader's Digest version.
Yeah. Well, like I was telling everybody, it starts in the mind. Until your mind come in aligned and come in agreement with what the Creator has already predestined and pre-planned for your life from the very foundation of this earth. Until you start walking in agreement with His plans. Hey, we're going to have a problem because they talks about that the spirit and the flesh, they war against one another. And my thing was that I never thought about, matter of fact, I know nothing about a holistic diet, coach, plant-based. I didn't know anything about those things.
Mm-hmm.
All I knew was that I like what I like. I love eating my meats. I used to love pork chops, neck bones. I love all that stuff. I love all those. That's all I knew. That's what I was raised up on. My mama, my daddy, they were old farmers. We grew our own garden. So we even though they said they had the hogs and stuff and the cows, all of that on the farm, that's what we ate. Chickens, everything. That's how I was taught. I didn't know no better. And I ate it for all my entire life, and I enjoyed it. The pleasure was my delight. But in the last 7 years, before my body just one day just started shutting down, I would get so clogged in my chest, and I couldn't hardly breathe. I couldn't even digest anything. I would try to drink water to make the foods that I eat go down, and it wouldn't go down. It was just become so miserable. I couldn't eat the pork anymore. Pork never bothered me before. I ate it all my life. It was one of my favorite things to eat. But then when I ever ate pork, I would be so miserable. The food would sit inside of my stomach and it just be enlarged right here inside of me. But I never gave thought to it, contributed to the factor that it was the pork. And so when I would stop eating it for a couple of weeks, I would get well again. I would feel great. And then it happened with the beef. It happens with the chicken and everything else. And it's a bad thing when you're feeling miserable. It's a bad thing when you're feeling like you can't breathe. Feel like you're just going to die. I mean, I felt like I was going to have a heart attack or something. I couldn't breathe. And that was the most scariest feeling of all. Mm-hmm. Losing, like I said, I can't even lose my breath. I mean, that was horrible experience. But every time I would stop, those meats and those things like that, I felt great. So now I feel like, okay, I'm go right back to it because I don't know it any better. My mindset has not been programmed to look at this in a different way. Well, maybe it's not the foods. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's something that you need to do in your mind. So I said, you know what? I want to be whole. I want to be wholesome, healed, healthy, and complete. And I want what the divine creator God wants for me. And so I began to reading the Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. I call it the Genesis 1-9 diet. And then I began to let go of those foods. And I'm telling you, my people, listen, queens out here, it's not easy. Something you always used to doing, it's not going to be easy. It's the baby steps. And I'm not telling anybody to jump out of what you're doing now and to jump into the frying pan and start trying to do it all at one time. It takes baby steps. It's a process. Mm-hmm. So first I let go of the beef. And when you let go of something, you let go of those things has no purpose for you. It doesn't not even serve you, but you got to let go. The worst thing you can do when you start breaking things away from you or you're breaking away from things is keep going back to it. Mm-hmm. Because you got to start all over again. Each time you start over again, it's harder for you. It's tougher for you. The challenges become more harder to get over. So I let the beef go. That became easier. So now I'm working on the pork. One of my favorite things. I just love me some pork rinds, but I'm gonna tell you, I used to eat like 5 bags a week. I'm telling you. And talking about neck bones, y'all know what I'm talking about? Did y'all used to eat the neck bones? I used to eat the neck bones, man. I'm telling you, I used to suck the meat off the bones. They were so good. But as much as I love neck bones and those pork rinds, I learned that my health was more important. Yeah. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to feel like I'm dying. I don't want to feel like I can't breathe. I don't want to sit there miserable with food stuck in my chest and I could feel it and I could not get it to go down. And I'm thinking like, I'm grasping for breath. Am I going to live through this? My health is more important. I gave away the pork. And after I started letting go of those things, because it was no longer serving me, I didn't know what was happening in my life. But then it came easier when it came to the chicken. When the chicken started to mess with my body, I said, I can let go of that. When it came to the turkey, I could let go of that. And then it had to go no further. And I said, you know what? Everything go. All the meats, seafood, and everything in it got to go. Because I was starting to feel my whole man. I started feeling my whole self. And that was my choice. And that's the question I said Jesus always asks, do you want to be made whole? I want to be made whole. I want to be in that wholesome state of mind. And I said, it started here. If I had not reprogrammed my mind to align with what he had said and what the Creator has taught for us to live by, I'll still be struggling today. Today I'm going on past 7 years being totally, absolutely a vegan. And when I made up my whole mind to let go of all those things, I have not returned one time. I have not returned and made one little mistake to go back. Because that's the hardest thing I try to teach people, and I try to teach the clients that do come to me asking for questions. Going back is your worst, biggest mistake. You keep going. And I'm telling you to let go of everything all at one time, because that's another hard thing. You take a little baby step. I'm getting rid of this today because I haven't eaten this in 2 weeks. Great. Because you haven't eaten in 2 weeks, it doesn't mean now that I can go back. That's the worst thing you can do. 2 weeks. Hey, it says if you do anything consistently in 21 days, you can break the habit. You can break the habit.
That is so true.
Because you know how you're going to break the habit? Because you're going to tell your mind, I am better than this. My life, it matters more to me than that. And that's where the mindset comes from, because now you're going to encourage yourself. You're going to motivate yourself. You're going to speak into your own life. You're going to speak the power that's within you. And you're going to stand on your own truth. Then you got to come in line with him. And so, like I said, I let it all go. And ever since then, I have not had that problem with food and being enlarged here in my chest. I haven't had any breathing problems when I eat. I eat vegetables, fruits, legumes, seeds. I eat all those different things. I eat no dairies, no meats. That's my diet.
I learned that. Go ahead, Destiny. I'm sorry.
No. Go.
I learned that when the both of you done gave me some suggestion of eating healthy and trying to take care of myself, I start out real good. The momentum is real good, and I feel the change. But then when I'm starting, I'm consistent with it, and then when I fall back and start eating the other stuff that I ain't got no business eating, I can tell the difference. And if you notice that the stuff that's good for you, the stuff that you should be putting into your body, it costs more. And the question you got to ask yourself, am I worth it?
Yeah.
It costs more.
Absolutely. That's a good point, Ivory, because when I'm buying my fruits and vegetables, of course, organic costs more. But I'm like, we're worth it. We're worth it. Vanessa had said something earlier about some foods give you life. And that is so true, because the 21 days that you're talking about, Dr. Destiny, I did that back in August. I did a 21-day Daniel. I mostly did it for personal spiritual reasons, but I'm telling you, it makes you feel so much better. And I didn't I just started back eating eggs just this week. And I have noticed, and since you mentioned that, like I told you, Ivory, for a couple of days, I've been having like this tension headache. I've been feeling like stuff in my neck. So I'm wondering, now that you mentioned that, because I just started back with the eggs. Then yesterday I ate some wings, because every Friday they'll have wings, like I said, out. And I'm wondering, like, because for those 21 days in August, I did a complete plant-based. I'm working on getting sugar out of my diet. That's another hard one. And real quick, I want to say that's what Dr. His name was Dr. Oh shoot, it was just on my mind. I forgot. Dr. Biscotti. He told me that sugar is really hard to digest, and how it's we call it a disaccharide, and being that it has a split, that what makes it so hard to digest. But anyway, he said that's another thing, and it's inflammatory. so you shouldn't have it. But you're right. That this could be what's going on with me now. Why I keep doing this, because I feel something here. So, okay, Dr. Destiny, I'm gonna do another 21 days. I think like
Yeah.
it's 21 days at a time, like the
Yeah.
one thing. So I don't know.
You
You
are
Yeah.
what you eat.
have to be on a whole
You
new.
are what you eat. Exactly, Ivory.
Yes, yes.
And I always say you become what you eat. That's why some people start walking around here eating all this kind of food. You start looking like it.
Oh Lord.
You
I'm
gotta,
so
you
yeah.
gotta be careful of what you're putting in your body. And let me say this right quick, people. Listen, we so comfortably going to the store, picking up foods, and we're not reading the labels. You better start reading the labels
Mm-hmm.
because a whole lot of foods you don't. There's a whole lot of chemicals, a whole lot of toxins, dyes, artificial colorings, all those different things that's in those foods that they have to send into the store because they have to keep those things at a life preserving thing. So they put all this stuff in there
So they can sell it.
so they can sell it. And you bringing it home like, oh, you bragging about the foods you bring home, but you bringing home a whole lot of poisoning, a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot of chemicals, a whole
Right.
lot of toxins. And that's what's killing your body. And the more we keep eating, it builds up in your body, and your body begin to break down, and that's where diseases begin to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll continue to ignore it and continue to ignore it until our body begins to shut down, our immune system begin to shut down. Until our kidneys, which is can't fight no more, because you're overloading your kidneys. Your kidneys putting so much on it, just trying to detox things. But if the kidney come overloaded, it can't fight. Everything
Mm-hmm.
begins to shut down in your body. And then you come to that place, you find yourself at that place of saying, I'm sick. Well, when you say I'm sick, guess what? You're sick because you just declared. You send it out into the universe. I'm sick. You got to stop saying and claiming things. You got to stop claiming these diseases. You got to stop claiming these things and saying it's mine. It's not yours. He would never put nothing on you like that. When he created man in a whole state. Genesis chapter 1 tells us this. When he created man, he said everything was good and very good. Man, he got down on his knees and he took his time. When it came to man, he created the stars, the moon, the sky, the rivers, the firmaments, all that. He created animals and all that. But it's not till it came to man. We're the only thing that the Creator God took his time at. And he breathed his own breath into our nostrils. He didn't breathe breath into anything else out there in nature, not into animals, but only man. That's how valuable and important we are. He put himself within us. If he put himself within us, then everything we need is already inside of us. You getting over or living a bad life or living any kind of other situation than what he planted, you can do all things through him that strengthens you.
Yeah.
He
Amen.
breathed in us. He's in us, people. That's why they tell us the kingdom of God is within us. Everything we need. Don't tell me that I can't do this and I can't do that. Because you say so, then you can't. Because he said, I can do all things through him that strengthen us. You got the strength, queens. You got the power already within you. The obstacles, to fight against the struggles, to fight against the pains, to fight against all those things that the world is throwing at you. You can say no, but you always say yes to his will.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Amen. I love that. Water is important. I drink at least a gallon daily. That is so bomb. That is awesome. I know people don't say bomb no more, but I love that. um, because the rule of thumb is to drink, if you can't drink a gallon a day, and that is one of my goals, is to drink at least half your body weight in ounces. But a gallon would be even better to stay hydrated. It gives you energy, helps you not feel fatigue. You can think more clearly. It's
Mhm.
definitely good for your joints, for your gut. Water is I mean, it's everything. And, we put a lot of creams and stuff on our face to, keep it moisturized, but that moisture comes from the inside out. So drinking a gallon a day, you're taking care of your organs, especially your heart, your lungs, everything. And then it gets to our skin, which is like our biggest organ. So that is awesome to have a gallon of, I'm not at a gallon a day yet, but it's definitely a goal. Yeah, nuts are good. Good for protein, healthy fats, absolutely.
Let me piggyback on the water and give some very vital tips on water.
Mm-hmm.
Not just water, but anything that you drink should be at room temperature. Because when you're drinking your water or your beverages, whatever you're drinking, at room temperature, it helps you to digest your food more properly. When you're putting that cold ice water and things into your system, drinking it, it helps it clogs it up. Your food don't digest as properly, don't go down as well. So when you drink your water, try drink it at room temperature. And another tip, drink your water sitting. Never stand up drinking your water. Make sure you've got a place to sit down when you're drinking your water, because that also is another thing. It goes through your body and it flushes. If your water goes through your body too fast, too quickly, because you're standing up, it does not get the process needed to be done to flush out the toxins in your body. So try sitting when you're drinking your water. That's another important tip. If you don't believe me, check out. Go and Google it for yourself. Find out the facts. There's a lot of information out there that you can get yourself and get your hands on. That's why the internet is out there, got so much information. Google.
Be careful though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think in
So,
Asian they drink tea after meals to help with digestion. Yeah.
Any questions? Any suggestions? Put it in the chat and feel free to join us.
Ava said, I love nuts and special cashews. Oh my goodness, I used to kill those things.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yes.
Cashews and pistachios.
Mm-hmm.
I love them.
Yeah.
Can y'all tell us something about avocados? Is that good? No, because I hear it's a lot of fat.
It's a very, very healthy fat. What I know about it, it keeps you full longer. There's no sugar in it. I mean, yes, loads of health benefits. I want to say with berries though, one of the things we want to make sure we consume a lot of is fruit. Period. Avocado is a fruit. Fruits have a lot of antioxidants. They help like fight free radicals in our body, because a lot of the pollutants we have, the antioxidants help fight off cancer, all kind of disease, inflammation. So avocados, any kind of fruit definitely helps with that.
Cubs in the house. Welcome, Cubs in. And April has a question on there. Are you ladies offering any special challenges to reach our goals? And
I think Dr. Destiny just challenged us for 21 days. I just said I'm going to do another 21 days. So you know what? Let us pull our calendar out. Thank you, April.
We have something in our Patreon. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Well, we do have something coming in our
Patreon.
This is
challenge.
We'll start with something free. This is simple. So when do y'all want to start? Since we on this live right now, we can hold each other accountable. I didn't realize avocados are a fruit. Yes, it is.
I'm going to piggyback on what Avery said. We do have a Patreon membership that, is coming up. And we do have some things to offer you in our Patreon membership. And one of the things that we do have to offer is the Queendom Diet Plan foods. And like I said, we're going to launch it. Eventually, we'll get it all. One of our packages, we offer the Queen Diet Plan. And tons of recipes, tons of foods and things that you can eat, a grocery list where you can go out and buy foods and things you should be putting in your house. And so that's one of the things that we're going to offer in one of our memberships. So that is called the Queendom Diet Plan and Food. So
April
stay
says
tuned,
that.
and that will be coming to Patreon.
April said, yes, I checked out your Patreon, but I wanted more information on what to expect if we join.
Okay. Like I said, we're still working on it. And eventually, like I said, we're going to hopefully have it launched pretty soon. And we will give you more details to what we are really going to be offering to our customers, our clients, and all that. Okay. So Marissa, what kind of 21-day challenge you want to start?
I was thinking what you do, 21 days of plant-based diet, so we can experience that again, because I did feel good. But then, like you said, I went right back to my eggs because that's just part of, I boil on Sundays, my Sunday setup, I'll boil like 12 eggs to half of my breakfast for the next week, and some avocados. That's pretty much what I eat for breakfast, and some fruit. But it's like, and I have a lot of oatmeal. I eat oatmeal, but the challenge with that are the carbs in the oatmeal. And the other challenge is I'm in menopause right now, so it's harder to keep weight off. It's harder to get with my midsection. I'm sure a lot of women can attest to that. That if you as old as I am, going through menopause, it's a challenge. So my challenge would be learning how to find foods that are higher in protein that I can eat on a regular basis that I enjoy. So yeah, so for now I will stick with the 21 days of just plant-based, because that's what I did when I did the 21 day. I just did oatmeal pretty much every day, and some fruit, nuts, things like that.
Okay. So what type of oats? What type of oatmeal? I mean, Marissa, do you eat the steel oatmeal?
It was just oatmeal that they had on my job. But with my I have an almond milk maker, and I have cashews, almonds, and I just ordered some oats, so I can start making some oat milk. But I can also use it for oatmeal, and it's unprocessed. So I know that's a difference if you have the oatmeal, the oats that are processed versus the ones that are
April, you can email us.
that
That's how
hasn't
you can reach
been
out to us. I'll
processed.
put it in.
So that's it. What oatmeal do you use? Because I just know about Quaker and
The steel cut oatmeal is supposed to be the most nutritious value.
I have some steel cut.
Yeah.
It's frozen.
No, it's steel cut. You buy it in the packages. It's still called steel cut. You have to cook it, but it's supposed to be the most nutritious value in the steel cut oat.
Okay.
So try that.
Okay. April, I am actually working on a website for us. And I know that's news for these ladies, but I am working on a website for us. So hang in there with us. Right now, we just want to share, with you ladies, find out what the need is. Just come and talk with you ladies, because we want to have content that you guys need, what you're asking for. So we're definitely going to have a website. And yeah, inbox us. Absolutely.
I just want to say hi, Cubs Den. I thank you coming in. Cubs Den, we're going to be going live pretty soon. Yeah. You guys, y'all want to hop over to.
So amazing. I've been checking out some of her videos. They are so awesome.
She's going live, I think it's 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time or Cubs Den. You can check me on that. But it's almost, you got to go there and check out her channel, Cubs Den. She goes live every Saturday.
Yeah, she's so knowledgeable about YouTube. I'm like, I ain't know about they're going to have this rewind thing where you can just watch the videos, I guess, I know I don't know how it goes, but I love the idea of it. So you don't have to like go through all the weeds of videos. So I hope they do launch that. So thanks for sharing that, Cubs in. That was something I learned from you.
Yes, April, the Facebook and the Instagram is the same as our YouTube channel.
So, nobody want to come up and share on the panel with some of the things? I mean, you're welcome. The link is in the chat. If you need to drop it again, I just want y'all to come up. We don't bite.
Girl, if they
I'm not
anything like me most Saturday mornings,
yeah, I'm not a
I'm
meat eater. Tell them, Ivory, I'm not a meat eater. You can come up. I'm not gonna bite you. Come on, just come on the channel. They just drop the link for them again that they can come on the panel. We want to join the panel up here
April
and
say, okay,
share some
she'll
stuff.
join later.
Huh?
what
April
she
say,
say?
okay, she'll join later.
And I see moments with Vanessa. I appreciate you for coming in all the time. She's always there, lending her support to our channel, and I appreciate you so much. Moments with Vanessa. And I think Dana might have left because I know Dana has a live with some friends they going on today. I think it's at 10 or 11. So she's probably already gone.
Lee Ann Richard have a question, but I don't understand. It's a rewind thing.
That was something that was on Cubs Den channel. That was the way I understood it. So Leanne, you would have to go to Cubs Den's channel. She did a video on it. I want to say about a week or two ago, or maybe it was a shorts. But Cubs Den has so much information on YouTube and what's coming up, what's happening, how to be successful on your channel. So yes, check out Cubs Den.
Yes. You will get a whole lot of information. I'm telling you. She has blessed our channel so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when the Cubs Den speak, I sit up and I listen.
A loop or a hoop or something.
So we appreciate her so much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was sitting here looking at my calendar so that I can get like set up, and you guys can join me because I'm just throwing this out here because I'll say this, and you done kind of got me hit, on this with the mindset and just eliminating one thing at a time.
Right.
You guys can join, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to start September the 19th, which is just over a week away. So that'll give everybody time to do their own research, find out what you do like that's plant-based, get your menu together, get your meal prepping, because meal prepping is one thing that helps me a lot too. That's something I do pretty much on Sundays to help me get through the week, because when you plan ahead of time, it does keep you on track with your meals for the week. You're less likely to eat something that you know you shouldn't if you've already planned. And that includes snacks as well as, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner and your snacks. But, you have some people who, and this is a new thing I've been seeing called, it's an OMAD diet, which is 1 meal a day. I don't know who can do that.
Well, I've done that. I did it for about a year, 1 meal a day, and I ate my 1 meal around 5 o'clock. And it's good. Once you get used to doing anything, it becomes easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hardest part is fighting through all the challenges and fighting through the obstacles. But once you get over the hump of it, and like I said, it's that mind. That mind. You can program your mind to believe and do whatever you want to do. You are in control of yourself. You control your body. You control all of that.
Right.
So that 1 meal, I thought it was going to be hard when I did that 1 meal a day, but I did it for almost a year. But after I had came and moved into another location, and I had to go into a different work field, I had to have more of my body to eat to be able to maintain what I need to do during the day, because I had some really hard work. But I don't eat a lot. I eat very small amounts of food whenever I eat anyway. But you can do it one meal a day.
Yeah, I used to always say
have.
she's like a bird. Remember, I used to tell you
I
that.
can do it. I have been doing it. I have been doing it like for the last week or so, and I may have like nuts, pistachios or cashews in between, and I've dropped some pounds too.
Go Ivory.
My struggle is
Go
getting
sis
that water
Ivory.
down. Hey y'all, my son is in the house. Smitty Lass.
Hey
Welcome,
Smitty Lass.
Smitty.
All right now.
Hello.
Awesome. And I want to say this too. When it comes to exercise, you can do it 10 minutes at a time. Me and Ivory got a little thing we have over on Facebook. When you don't feel like exercising, but you know you need to get something in, tell them about that, Ivory. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yep. We do it for 10 minutes. Something is better than nothing.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be transparent. Sometimes I can't even make it through the 10 minutes.
Hey, but
I
you
can't.
get an E for effort though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Jen has great topics for creators. Yes, she does. She's awesome.
So we so far we discussed that it starts in your mindset. You got to have a made up mind about like about anything else in life. You got to have a made up mind if you're gonna take care of your temper. If you're gonna be mindful of what you put in your temper.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts with mindset.
Right. And I want to just go back earlier when we started. I was just sharing my story of how I got to where I am. Because I have a diagnosis. If you weren't on in the beginning, I have ulcerative colitis, which is an autoimmune disease. So if anybody has been diagnosed with anything, you definitely want to be, intentional about what you eat, because inflammation is what causes most diseases. So just starting out eating an anti-inflammatory diet, and there's so much information out there on anti-inflammatory diets. So like we talked about earlier, coming up on our Patreon, we're going to be sharing different diets that you can have if you're struggling with specific things.
Stay tuned.
Jolene say that told me not to feel bad. She say she don't always stick to everything too, but she still try. Yeah,
That's
we fall
right.
down, but we get back up. We may be
That's
down,
right.
but we don't stay down.
That's right. That's called a never give up attitude.
Yes.
That's right. It's hard to keep a good woman down.
It's hard.
Yes.
What they always say, a winner never quits and a quitter never wins.
I love that. I ain't heard that in a long time.
Yeah,
That's an
you better
oldie but
believe
goodie.
it. So keep going. I mean, you fight against the obstacles, you fight against those struggles, and you gotta take the bull by the horn, and you gotta tell them, hey, I own this body, I live in this body, you can't control me. You tell those things that try to come and compete with you in your mind, and telling you you need that big chocolate cake, or you need this ice cream, or they got vegan ice cream out there, people, that's so good.
Ooh, you better say
Dairy
that.
free.
Yes. I
Dairy
got some in my
free.
freezer right now.
Right.
Yeah, they turned me on to that, y'all. I didn't know how to eat, but I don't think I'm eating it right, y'all, because when I start with one, I don't stop.
You can't stop. But you ain't gotta worry about the gluten. It's gluten free. It's dairy free, and it has the plant-based milks. And let me tell you, the ice cream is good. My people, let me tell you,
That's
y'all
right.
don't know. There's some good eating out there when you eat plant-based.
That's right.
Plant-based
That's
butter.
right.
Y'all heard of plant-based butter, Ivory, Marissa?
Ooh, honey.
Girl, they
Yeah.
got the avocado and the olive oil, plant-based butter. I use that in my mashed potatoes and substitute without using the dairy. I mean, there's so many alternatives.
Yep, Larry is hooked on them things. And I want to say this to people, ladies, queens. We are so much stronger, so much smarter than we give ourselves credit for. Sometimes we think we can't do a thing, but you never know. Oh, ghee butter. I've been saying I'm gonna try that. I have not tried that.
Is that
Mhm.
plant-based?
We're capable of doing more than we think we are. Is we give up in our mind first, but as our bodies are capable of doing anything. That's why
Mhm.
it's so important to have your mindset on what you can do. Get a routine. I can't say that more enough. If you get a routine in place, those habits come and you'll start doing it like second nature.
Yep.
It's,
Ain't
it's
no
good to
stopping
have a
you.
made up mind, but it's even better when you have an
Right.
accountability partner. It's
Absolutely.
partners
Right.
with an
Absolutely.
S. Yes.
And that's what we have here on Sister Empowerment Chat. I'm telling you, these two sisters sitting here on the outside of me, they whoop my butt if I go astray. They will drag me by my head and say, okay, now Dr. Des, you gotta get this thing right. And that's accountability ahead. And I appreciate
Yeah.
that. You gotta
Yeah,
have
that's
that
true,
support
but don't let
team.
her fool you. She's the
That's what
one
I'm,
with the
I'm sitting
whip.
up here saying, like, she's the driver.
See, they try to make me out to be the driver guy, the tough guy, but I do it in love. They know it. I do it
And
in
we
love,
receive it in love.
and I'm gonna do it with any of y'all out there too. I gotta speak my truth. I gotta speak what I believe in.
That's right.
And I'm not gonna force anything on nobody. I'm not gonna make you. You got your own choice because the Bible said you choose. The choice is yours. And He never forces anything on us, but He presents us His best plan, His best
Exactly.
choice, and He can already given us the best life. What have we done with the best life that He given us? What are we doing with it?
Amen.
Right,
No
right.
one can make you do anything. We have a choice.
Nope.
We choose
You
to
have
do
a
what we
choice.
want to do. We have to make
Mm-hmm.
that choice to do what
Yeah.
is right for us, what is best for us.
Right.
Even when we get angry, no one can make us get angry. We
That's
choose to
right.
get angry.
That's a choice.
It's how you respond.
I like
We
that,
have the
Aaron.
ability to respond and not react. And a lot of times we end up reacting. So definitely it would be great if you could show you can vegan products that can be bought.
Maybe that's another life. Maybe we can do that. Excuse me, ladies. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah. We got so many vegan products that like I said we can't offer you all. I said a lot of those things that we are working on. Like I said, I have this Queendom diet plan and foods, which will be in one of our packages that we're doing on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And Marissa, you need to is you keep doing this.
I know.
Is that the eggs that's acting up?
I don't know what it is that I just know it's just been like this for a couple of days.
But you
I know I've been eating like, well,
take
I,
take your
not,
hands take your hands down, sister, and you tell it does not live there.
it just feels better when I massage it. That's
No, but
all.
just tell it don't live there. Don't give attention to it because the more attention you give to anything, the more it takes its place of controlling you.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
mindset. Just keep strong. Just act like it's not there. Like I said,
Okay.
it's all
Have you
well.
heard that saying, what you feed grows and what you starve dies? You ain't
Mm-hmm.
got to worry about it growing.
Say
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. So I am, but so between massaging and drinking water, that's what I've been doing, trying to flush myself out with a lot of water is what I've been doing.
Okay.
This has
Yep.
been great.
Any
It
more
has been great.
questions?
It has been great. I'm learning
Um,
that now I'm learning that now how I chose to react to things I can't control.
Ooh, I
Yes,
love
we
that.
do have control as to how we actually you want to respond and not react because reacting is like without thought. So you want to stop, think,
exactly.
and then respond.
I like what Leanne said. She said, what you feed grows and what you starve dies.
Nice
Nice one.
one.
No, it was
Yes.
another one. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yes.
she
Leanne
piggybacking
said,
on
what
you.
you focus on. Here it is. Leanne says, what you focus on becomes larger. Yep,
Yes.
indeed.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yep. it becomes larger until it grows up so big, it's big enough to consume you up. It would turn
Right.
around and put its big mouth on you and chew you all up because you created the monsters. We got to stop creating monsters in our lives. We got to start giving our energy to these negative things.
Right.
Start creating
Right.
life.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta
Hey,
say it's a mind thing. It's a mindset. It all starts in that mind. We gotta start changing our mind. And like I said, what I do, I teach is self-development by helping my clients transform their emotional, their mental, their physical, and their spiritual pain into connecting to their greater and higher self. That's who He created you to be. Greater is He that is in you than you that in the world. Y'all know that. So,
Absolutely.
so
this is
we know
great.
that.
It's been a great discussion. Thank you, ladies, for coming on this morning. You're welcome, April, and thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yeah.
We're going to have to bring you on,
Yes,
April. I just
absolutely.
love the interaction.
Love it. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Miss April.
Drop your link. I'm probably already following you, but drop it still so I can make sure. I know that as sister empowerment, we are, but I want to on my personal channel. So please drop your link. This has been really, really great. You ladies have anything else you want to share?
Yeah, we got a lot to share.
Because
We
we've been
want
on
to
here an hour and 50
want to get that 21-day challenge into place, Marissa.
Yes, I dropped the date. So the 21-day challenge is going to start September the 19th. So again, that will give you a chance to do your menu planning, chance to let everybody around you know what you're trying to do. And like you said, Destiny, it's not all about the food. You know, we can have 21 days of, eating plant-based, 21 days of being more conscious and more intentional about responding to
How about
situations
this?
and not.
I have a suggestion. How about this? We do it, you said on the 19th. How about we do a special Facebook group just for this challenge so we can hold one another accountable and not just say we're doing it and we're not.
Exactly.
So once we get that up, we can just send the invite and you can join that just for the 21 days.
Yes, that's an excellent idea.
So that's
You know what? So instead of me saying it, we'll just write all the guidelines out.
So that will be on our Facebook channel, Ivory.
We will do a special group, for
Facebook.
that.
So it'll be a group in Facebook.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, that's a great idea. Yeah. So come on over and join us. Like I said,
Absolutely.
hop on over there. Like I said, we are better when we are more of us than just one.
Together. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're better together. I mean, it takes a whole village of people to create a whole wholesome community.
Jolene said, and stress and anxiety does a job on your body. It does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It really does.
Well,
Yes.
Jolene, we're gonna work together and get rid of that because I think all of us deal with it on some level, but we can minimize that and control it and not let it control us.
Say that.
Have any of you all just thought about, like I said, another good, wholesome, and healthy thing is getting out into nature, people? A lot of people don't talk about that. The only thing they think about is I leave my house or my building I'm in, and I jump into my car and I go into my job, but you're not experiencing Mother Nature.
Well, I do that throughout the day. I will walk outside my house. I walk down to the corner and walk back because I have to have fresh air. Even at work, I leave the building several times a day just to breathe in fresh air. So yeah, fresh air and sun. I don't like to get a lot of sun, but I get some sun. And this is just another thing. Even as women of color, we definitely should be wearing sunscreen. That is very important.
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew that.
But you can get your vitamin D out there in the sun, people. That's your vitamin D. But like I said,
that's the best source. Yes,
it's the best source, your vitamin D in the sun. But my thing was, I was posing that question to the chat to have you just really spent time out into nature, because I don't know, you can ground, Grounding is only just taking off your socks and your shoes and putting your feet down into the earth. It's like grounding. You ever heard of how people ground with copper? It stabilizes you. It draws you back to into your original state of who the Creator God created for you to be. Because when we're touching the earth and the ground, that's where we were created out of. All the minerals and the chemical, everything that's in the earth, we were created from that. So grounding is a very wholesome and healthy thing. Getting out there and just doing that, just a couple times a week. Just getting out there, like I said, sitting in the sun. You don't want to sit in the sun where it's too intense, but just get enough that vitamin D in you. That's the best way to get your vitamin D is through the sunshine. Yep. So what else? Did y'all fall asleep, Marissa?
No, I shared. I answered your question already. So,
but it's been very interesting. It's a very great topic.
It has been.
Yeah, very great topic. Lots of information.
I enjoyed the interaction. Even though I can't see what y'all see, so I just see what y'all put up on the screen. But I'm excited about this morning. This has been great. And I'm excited about the 21-day challenge in our Facebook group.
Yeah.
April, we are now connected. Trying to get this information. I used to spend time, hold up. April says, I used to spend time walking on my work bikes, breaks only. I used to do that too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I have to get outside. And sometimes I eat my lunch outside. We have tables and I strategically eat my lunch later so I can get one of the tables outside. So yeah.
I'm a totally nature buff. If y'all go to my personal channel, Destiny Forever Walks, y'all see me in nature all the time. That's where I find my wholeness. That's where I find my whole self. That is where I get my mind on straight. Because when I get out there and I just let everything go, and I look up and I see the big sky. I look up there and see that big sun, and I was like, wow, there got to be somebody greater than I. There got to be somebody greater than all these things on the earth to hold this up without even having strings. I was like, wow, how awesome. And I forget about everything outside of me at that moment because I'm all in that present moment, right where he wants me to be. And that's when I'm out into nature. Mm-hmm. That's why I spend so much time out there grounding, walking out there, just sitting out there with the animals. I talk with the animals. I talk to trees, people. Because it's very wholesome and healing and all those things.
Jolene, drop your link. I have to go. Jolene has to go. Drop your link before you go.
Hugs to you too, treasures.
I have a question for y'all before we get off.
Okay.
When I'm walking outside, if I'm just gonna walk the block, why do I get my legs start itching and burning, and why is that?
Because your body's like, what's going on here? We're not used to doing this yet. Oh, I think I'm allergic. No, I'm just kidding.
You're probably like, no, I reach up on my leg. You know what's wrong?
Drinking that water. And
it's time to get out here, That's funny.
Oh,
it's wrong, but that's funny.
Yeah, walking is great. So there is nothing wrong. So there's no out there, sis. Oh, God, that's too funny. Yeah.
And a lot of times, Ari, too, you're gonna get tested on every side. What's that?
Yep. And another question, like, what are you wearing when you're walking?
Put them legs up there and you keep moving.
Yep.
The tests and trials gonna come. So you keep your.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jolene. She don't have a channel. She's just a supporter. Well, thank you for your support.
Awesome. Thank you, Jolene.
And thank you, April, for connecting with me. I got to make sure I turn that on. I think I did. The alert button.
So, sis, what do you say you wear? You just wear a pair of shorts?
Yeah, I have on shorts.
Okay.
Sometimes, like I might have on the workout pants, and boy, it feel like my legs on fire, and it could be that.
Yeah, I was thinking because some materials, just depends on the material that could, make you itch as well. Because I have a pair of workout pants. They cute as I don't know what, but girl, I can't wear them. They make me hot, and they do kind of like not severely itchy, but I can't work out in them at all. So, maybe pay attention to what you're wearing because that could be it too.
Okay.
Okay. Do you ladies have anything else you want to share before we end it? Dr. Leslie? Dr. D?
That's it for today. There's always more to share, but that's it for today.
Well, just stay positive.
Yes.
Just stay true to yourself. Believe in the power that's within you. That the words, I can do things.
Yes.
That you can do what happens for you. You got to be in alignment, and you got to be always believing whatever that the Creator God is telling you to do. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He said, I will be with you even to the ends of the earth. So you are never alone. So when you think that you can't do it, don't let the enemy in your mind tell you you can't do it. You said, get behind me. I can do all things because I didn't say it. He said it, and I'm in agreement with what he said. And when he said it, it's going to happen because I'm walking with him. I'm walking in his divine timing and his divine plan. None of these things.
I can't do it in my own strength. Yes. I can't do it in my own strength, but I can do it in our own strength.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
All things.
I love it.
All things.
She's having a little bit of technical difficulties, so we gonna. Marissa, any last words before we go?
I'll just reiterate that, we all have a purpose, and sometimes life is just going to happen, but we can just, like the word says, lay aside every weight. There are some things that we are in control of that we need to just lay it to the side, find out what's wasting our time, find out what's distracting us. What people do you need to keep to a minimum or even remove? And most of all, just know that you have a purpose, get before God, and he will equip you with everything that you need. He's already equipped you. We just have to make that connection with him.
Destiny, you had some technical difficulty. Were you done? Oh, I think her screen is still frozen. Okay, thank you, subscribers. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, you are blessed.
This was so
Be awesome. A blessing and always be in mode.
I think Destiny can finish what she's saying because she came back. Okay. All right, Dr. Destiny, finish it.
No,
you froze up for a minute.
Huh? There's one thing I want to say.
You froze up for a minute.
Okay, there's one thing I want to leave with everybody right here. What I want to say is that we talk about fasting a lot. Fasting is a good thing because it helps us to cleanse our body, detox our bodies and stuff like it, to that nature. But one thing that you got to know, you can also fast from people. There's a thing called people fast.
Not only
so
people,
you don't know
anything
about that, but people fast is because a lot of people that come to like this not meant to be in your life. So we can start their plans and their thoughts meant for you. It's for them.
She's having technical difficulties.
Okay. Well, maybe we can just put it in the comments under the video once it posts.
I didn't hear what she was saying.
No, I'm saying maybe she can.
Destiny, we had problems again. Maybe you want to put it in the chat, whatever you were saying, because it was still cutting up.
No,
It's doing it now.
Okay.
At least it waited to the end.
Exactly. Okay, ladies. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Destiny, did you hear? Yeah, her screen is frozen
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I'm finished.
All
Love
right.
you, love you, love you, love you, everybody
You're
for
blessed.
coming.
All right.
Be a
blessed.
blessing and be in blessed mode.
Amen.
Sister Empowerment Chat. We're out.